Oh, hello, hello. Nice that you guys are here. It's time for another xTool demo rooms show, a stream where I will show you guys, um, yeah, some projects from real life. Um, Today, again, like I said last Tuesday, we're gonna still be about St. Patrick's Day. It's a really fun topic to do things about, so um, let's crack on with it. Um, I was kind of fiddling around a bit because I want to try to do every time something else. So the last time we made a nice glass and a coaster, and now I would like to go, yeah, with just I think a key hanger. Maybe a key hanger would be a nice thing. Um, as per usual, I'm not super prepared. I've been brainstorming a little bit, like what would be nice ideas. And if you guys have feedback in the long run, please let me know what you would like to see. Then I'll just yoink it in as well. But for now, I thought maybe something in plywood. So got myself some plywood. And for the rest, I think, yeah, let's try to make something out of this. I think that this one, I tried to make a leprechaun with a bit of an Irish vibe. I hope that I did it well. With a pint of beer, of course, and the shamrock. I think this one has a very sweet and jolly face. I think it gives a nice vibe for what I was going for today. So let's take this one and let's go to our xTool Studio and we Control V here. And there it is. Oops, it's really big. So that's nice. Now we're gonna need to do some work because this is not workable yet, right? So the idea that I haven't tried it yet. I think it would be nice to make something layered. So that would be my first one, doing layered. So let's see if we can nail that on the first try. If not, that's how it is. So let's go to edit. And let's first remove all the things that we do not need. So we set the fuzziness, so how many shades it can go away from the 1 pixel that I clicked. So that can be quite high because there's a big contrast between the white and all this wood. So let's do it like so. And there you see that instantly turns out a very nice, oh, that is too close to that. So we put it all down and then we click it again. This is already really nice. And zoom in a bit. It doesn't want to go. Go. There. Oh, this is very thin, so it is not really picking up there. Sometimes you just have to play around a little bit with it. Or you just grab the eraser and then you do it by hand. Sometimes by hand things are just too simple. So we do it more difficult. Because why would we want to do something simple, right? I think we still have some leftovers here. I just want to have it a little bit clean. It is not perfection. It doesn't need to be perfection right now. Make the size a little bit smaller or very small. I should have taken my drawing tablet for this, but hey, I'm already on it. So let's just keep going. Here. So what I'm doing, I'm just trying to line out the parts that I really do not need. There. Okay. Now this should be already a lot better. Now we're gonna crop it because we do not need all the space around it. It's gonna be gone eventually anyway, but this way we just keep a nice and clean working area. And save. Now I would like to trace this. We're not gonna, I do not want to have all too little details. It's already still very detailed. Denoise it and put it up. Of course, this is not gonna give it to me in one go. Okay, we're gonna go a different route. We're gonna go with adjustments, and I'm gonna go with grayscale, and I'm gonna move these sliders, and then you will see it will change the image. So I will only have the main parts showing. This might work already. Let me see if this is gonna work for my tracing. Still very, oh, this is getting somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna take a different approach because what I want is I want very clean lines, right? So I can make a very clean silhouette, and on top of that I want to cut out some other pieces and then put that in. So because I could optionally engrave this entirety and then cut it out. How big are we gonna make it? Let's see, there's my ruler. I took a piece of my rest plywood. As I mentioned before, I always try to use up every little piece that I have, so it is not going to waste. I don't like waste. So I have about 14 centimeters on this, and here the width is like 42, yeah, about 42. Okay. So maybe I want to remove a little bit more. Can I do this by so? That worked. That worked pretty nice. So this is the magic wand. It's a very nice tool always to use. Let me just remove this. And that. And I think I'm gonna try to use one of the other tools that is in this program. And it is very easy because you can very simply make like line drawings of this. So I think I'm just gonna go with that first. So now I take away all the leftover materials that was there from where the wood was. I hope I took it all. Here you still see a little bit of leftovers. Oops. Sometimes very hard to see. And there, and there. I think I have most of it. I think the rest will maybe disappear with the tool. Yeah, that was not very smooth, was it? Fine. I'll zoom in. Now we're gonna take the last bit of this. Here. Ooh, that was too much. It takes like everything of that color code. I think this is fine. This is enough. So we confirm. And let us see. Here you can see the filters and the restyles. So what restyles do we have? It expands every time again and again, so I'm always very perplexed how much they did. Let's see if I can make it into a line art. Oh wow, that is not that's too line arty, yeah. Okay, that is not how I imagined it. Maybe I can get away. Let me just undo this. Yeah. Sketch. It's already better. These are not AI. These are just built-in presets. So we can see the emboss is actually kind of pretty. Black and white, halftone. No, halftone is not it. That's not what I want. Grid is also too much. Maybe we should go with sketch. Can we? I didn't know about the strength before. That's very nice. It's gonna go full strength. And then I'm gonna go to adjustments. Gonna work a bit more on that grayscale. Oh, that was going to be too dark. I want to have only the dark lines appearing. So you see when I put the left slider more to the right, it will turn darker. And when I put the right slider to the left, it will become whiter. So, and that is why you're going to have to find a balance. And these are like different ways how you can get to your result. Now, what I want to do, can I copy this? Not sure if this is gonna work. Otherwise I'm gonna, no. Let's edit this image. Make this image into a black and so and white line drawing. Thick lines. Remove the outer wood border. So only the image is remaining. Let's see who we're gonna ask that. I think we're gonna ask that to Siri. shall we put on some music? I totally forgot all about the music today. Oh, there we go. That looks actually pretty nice. Let's give it another whirl. There. Okay. Now I need to see. There we go. I hope that worked. Oh, that's even thicker. Let's remove the thick lines. Let's see what it does now. There we go. I think this one is very good. So we say save. And I'm gonna export it and I'm just gonna copy it. And we go back to this. So I think it's always nice to go to see what works best. If I would have wanted to engrave it just only as an engraving, I would have stuck to this. I'm not gonna take this one away because I still think that I might want to do some engraving on it. So I get this nice wood structure with it. So this one can go, and this one can be on. Now we can see that we can also make them. Can I move them up a layer? Oops. I think we have them approximately the same side. That's really nice. Size. Yeah, I think this is actually pretty nice. Okay, so let's remove the edits. We remove the whites. Oh. Confirm. We can crop it so we don't have all the extra white. There. And I'm gonna also trace it. Now we have also everything in a traced version. So what I want to do is this one can go away for a second. And how much did I say? 13.5, right? For the height, 14. So the height can be 140. For all of them, I think it should all end up the same then. Otherwise I will adjust it eventually. Now I'm gonna say offset, and we're gonna say that the offset distance, that is the area around. Now the question is, do we want to make it a 2 or 3 layer? So I can make like an offset that is a bit wider then the first background layer, and then the loose elements on top of it? Or would I like to do it just in 2 layers? That kind of determines. So if he's like this big, how wide is he then? 14.3. So 14.3. So I can make 1, 2. Then I can't make 3 of them. So he would have to be smaller in general a little bit. So let's go with 12. Oh, no, not with 12. 120. How often I keep making those mistakes, it's so funny. There we go. Now I'm gonna go with offset. I think I'm gonna do with the 2mm around it. And maybe make it even 3. Yeah. Confirm. So this is gonna be a little bit bigger than that one. And then we're gonna make this one, move it to the side, and I will say again offset, and here I'm gonna go to 0 and outer shapes only. Should have done that here as well. So what I will do is I click this, edit compound, and I will click these 2 and I will just delete them. Done. And I see that here is a little hiccup, so I'm gonna say edit, and the easiest way to do this I find is if I click this and just say delete, 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 and I'll just double click this, and now it should be smooth. Double click this. No, that didn't work. Come on. I don't think there was any other hiccups. No, this looks all fine. So, now this one, go away for a second. So you see, now we have the silhouette in the silhouette, right? And now we're gonna place this piece of wood, and we're gonna place it already on there so we can make it work. So we have to wait a little bit less longer in a moment. So I'm gonna go to my machine now, and then you will also see in the bottom the light is off now, he's asleep. So let's wake him up. There we go. Well, that one is away. And I'm gonna put a plaster over it. Okay, so we have the crosshair. As you can see, it's right on top of my wood. So now we're first gonna measure how deep that is, so it knows what the focus point is gonna have to be. So we drop the needle here with the auto measure. And I'm gonna go, I will show it a little bit smaller. Oops. Because I think my camera is right over it. There you go. So here you can see mode, is process on base plate, and that is where we decide how are we gonna process it. Well, I'm just having it on a base plate on the honeycomb in this case that rises it up and has airflow under it. So we're just gonna keep it at that. The material is a very normal basswood plywood. It's actually 4mm, but then that is why I will reduce the speed a little bit. So the heat is gonna stay on one spot slightly longer so it can cut all the way through. Now what I want to do is I want to carve out my processing area. So I'm gonna measure this out. I think it is very straight, so I'm actually gonna be a bit lazy and I'm just gonna go with a rectangle today. I haven't showed that before. So it's very easy, it's just actually 2 lines, so you have to make sure that you don't have any bumps into it, because then you won't know that it's there. So I'm gonna say start marking. Then I roll to my machine and I'm gonna press the button as soon as I have it in position on the top left and the bottom right. So I'm now at the machine and I move it all the way to the top left. And you see that I have a little bit of dents in here, indentations. So I'm gonna stay well under that. Also gonna make sure that this is laying straight. So I do that just by moving this sideways, and I see that it's perfectly staying along the line. So here I can see if I move it, I'm everywhere right on the right spot, so it doesn't interfere with any of the indentations. So I will press the button now and you will see it appear on my screen. You will see dot number 1 here. Then I go to the bottom right. And there I will click it again. And then I will just move it to the middle. And I can for now close my lid. So it's prepared. We're gonna choose end marking and say done. And you see, this is where my wood is in the machine, so that's on my working field. I'm gonna take these 2 and I put them right there. Leave a slight tad open there. I'm gonna choose this. I will turn off these because I don't want to do anything with them yet. So I will turn this off. And this one, I also turn it off. So the only 2 things, oh, this one, it's still there. Hello, he was hiding. We turn him off as well. And now the only thing, if I click on a separate part in the field, you see, this is ignored, and only these 2 are there. Now it currently says score. Score is when it kind of only like touches the surroundings and it follows the lines. That's not what we want to do. We actually want to cut them out. So we're gonna go to cut. And here you see, for the basswood plywood of 3mm, it goes with 100% power. And with 9mm per second speed. Now that is made for 3mm of wood thick. So we're gonna go a little bit slower. Usually 7 is fine. I've done this one before. Sometimes there can be tiny tads, but I also don't want it to burn mark it too much. So this should be fine. And then we're gonna say process. It's wood, it's always important. I can't stress this enough. Stay with your machine, don't leave it out working alone while you go and drink coffee in the garden, because you want to be there in case anything happens. It's still a flammable material. So always keep your eye on it. I'm gonna click start. Here it also, the warning pops up that you use a high power and a low speed, so You need to make sure that the base plate is clean without any wood or combustible residues. Well, I have my machine cleaned. And you have to pay attention to the material. So let's go. Say OK and process. And now I'm gonna go to the machine and I'm gonna press the button. As you can see, it is nicely cutting in a palm speed, not too fast, because it needs to make sure that it goes all the way through. Now I'm gonna minimize this because I would like to work a little bit further with my project. Now this is already apart, and I kind of want to split this apart in separate pieces. So can I say edit compound? Because these are all loose pieces. So I wonder if I can do this and this. Because it would kind of be nice to make it in separate parts, right? Maybe I should place it actually on top of that. That would be actually very nice. Well, keeping an eye on the machine. And it is done. So what I want is I kind of only want to have some certain parts of this that I want to make on top of this leprechaun. So I don't want to cut out literally everything. So I think the head needs to be separate. I think the face itself can stay as is. So I'm gonna take his eye. That can be loose. So okay. Zoom out. We're gonna take his brow, but then we need to have both of them. That with this right spot. And same goes for this one. Zoom in. Keep shift pressed and then I click the other one. And so. So this one, I'm purposely, oh, oopsie. I'm purposely not, oh come on, don't be bully. I'm purposely not putting it on this because I want to make that like on top. So I'm gonna just place it aside. It has to be a separate part that is gonna be cut out. Here we have another eye, so we take the inside. I'm gonna move it. As you can see, this always costs a little bit of time. And I purposely do that right on stream so everybody can see what comes along with all this. Now we don't need to take away his nose, but we're gonna just take away his mustache. That will fit nicely in here. See? There. So all the dark parts that you see here are going to be loose parts that I make on top of it. I actually think that I'm gonna remove the insides of these because I don't want them to be just hollow shapes, right? I'm gonna take, oh, is this not a separate part? It should be a separate part. There, it is a separate part. His hair. And with my arrow keys, I just move it the last little bits around. There. Of course, we want to have his ears. So we could optionally choose that we want to duplicate this. So Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and then we make an extra part of hair here. And an extra part of hair there. So those are extra parts that we can then put on top, so you get a little bit more depth play. Now we still need to have his ear. I think his mouth is going to be just this. Then we want to have his fist as a loose part. Absolutely. The beard kind blue. How am I gonna do that? What do I have when I do this? it only needs to be the outside, kinda. Is that correct? Let's do this. Copy, and then I'm gonna take it as a double because I kind of want to use that later on still. So these are two separate parts. Then we need the beard. Then we have his whole face, huh? I think I will need to close this and that with one another. I will edit that later. I will just cut this off. So we only will have his beard. I don't think we want to have his clothing separate. Maybe his button, that would be nice. There we go, we steal his button. And of course, the shamrock wants to be in there. No, that is the whole outside. I don't want that. I'm just gonna take on this. Yeah. So I'm gonna take this, but I am going to take, if I hover over it, there's one. Oops. I hope I placed them on the right spot. Maybe I should do it the other way. Just place them on. This one. And put it back. There. And we take it on here. And now we're going to take this one and we place it on top of that. So what will now happen is that those are going to be cut out. Okay. His hands, of course, we're going to need his hands, but I'm only going to take this part of the hand. Should I also do the, yeah, I should, okay. Because this part of the hand is further forward, right, than the other part, but I still need to have the last bit of the shamrock. There we go. And I think we only then need to do the beard and then we have everything because this all just needs to stay. Should we? Nah. Okay, so I'm gonna say and I move this if I do this and this and this. Okay, retry. Click, shift, click, shift, click. I keep my shift pressed at all time and I wait till this lights up too. Why is it not lighting on blue? something else is laying over it. Okay. Then this one. This. No. It's like nearly a puzzle game. No, this is not what I wanted. This. Oh, I moved it. This. There. Did I have more? This one. No, I think I have all. I'm not sure about this one. I think I have it. There we go. Okay. Something like this, I believe. Okay. Then I'm thinking. It hurts. So yeah, I'm gonna go with this. Part can go. Oops. This part is here. Now move this. This is kind of gonna be like a puzzle, right? So I can place this one in here, but this one is going to be cut. Then these parts can go in here. Or maybe I can, oh yeah, I can do this. This part is going to go here. So, this button can just go there. Let's make sure that we don't lose that one. Then the hand and the shamrock can go in there. Oh no, I moved the beard without the other part. It's okay. We can fix that. We did it once, we can do it again. There. The hand and the shamrock. And fit exactly in there. Still doesn't touch the top. And then here can go this. Okay, done. So yeah, I think this is nice. So sorry for all the hard thinking and the crackling sound of my brain. what I try to do is I want to make an engraving on top of this and then paste these parts. So, but for this one, oh, come on then. This, I'm gonna say edit, because I didn't want this to be like so, right? Now this is a little bit complicated because this is kind of one big part. I'm just gonna unravel it. This is like when you pull out a knitted sweater. See what happens. It's very funny. Okay, this is enough for there. Now I'm gonna go here this way. Oops. There. I'm gonna just do so. And now you see I unraveled that entire part. Did I want to have that part still though? Can I see this Mr's face? Close. No, I only wanted to have the beard, right? So I can still unravel all of this. So delete, 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 delete. See, it just goes around. There. That's how we do it. Now we have only the beard because we unraveled his face. Yeah, that actually leaves some nice space for the shamrock if I want to. Should I? Can I nest that better? I think I can edit compound. Oh. Is this the other way around? And now we can place some other things here. His face and the eyebrows. There we go. And then the head can be, I'm gonna stick it under here. Almost. Just want it to be, so we don't have so many loose things. So now you can see I have all of this still as proper wood that I can still use. And I think that's the third part still fits. And it does. There we go. Now actually this is kind of already the third part that I meant, because you have plate 1, plate 2, and this is all gonna be plate 3. But what I wanted to do is, this one is off. I think we can use this one. I just want to it's a lot tinier, huh? Come on, mister. Be the same size. Tiny bit more. little bit up. So we have not touched the wood yet. So everything should be still in place. So I think I want to just engrave these parts. Yeah, then but it doesn't really need to engrave all of that. So idealistically, it would What if I engrave that first? And then I make it cut out all these pieces, then I have to line them all up. So I just select, if it lets me. Okay. Yeah, I think that is a wise thing to do. So now this is the vector, I can turn it off, and this one can also be turned off. And then I want to select the layer like this. Here, the image. This one can be on. And since I didn't move the wood, it should still go right. Can I see the processing? I think it's pretty nice. I'm gonna crank it up a few. Okay, I'm gonna go on process. We're just gonna try it. I think this should be well fine to go. Start, otherwise nothing is working. That is gonna go really well. I'm gonna minimize this because now I'm gonna have to puzzle, because then I can even use less wood. But then it is gonna still be a 2-layer one. Then it's not gonna be a 3-layer one. Unless I cut it out on those parts, and I do that on these parts. Because it looks really nice. I don't know if you guys can see it very well. You can see that the engraving comes out really nicely. Should I make a little hole in here so I can easier attach a key ring? Maybe it's a little bit big actually, right? How big was he, did we say? How big are you, mister? 12. Ah, that's too big for a key ring, right? Let me see. Okay, I have an idea. I came off of the keyring, and it's gonna be I made this nice plate. Wait a second. There I this. So when you have like this plate, I'm gonna make an extra holder on it, so I can stick in that one, and I'm gonna make a nice text on the plate that he is serving something tasty, and it can be like gold coin cookies or something. Yes, I think I'm gonna do that, and that I'm gonna try to get on the next stream or Saturday. Maybe I can get some coin-shaped cookies that I can then use on top of that. Maybe. Actually, we can even try to engrave cookies, because I know that's also a possibility. Ideas. I think this looks very nice. Let me put on some new music. What shall we go for? There. Okay. We're gonna try to continue on the extraction of all this. So we're gonna go and again, we're gonna take all these. Just gonna place them on top of him. So forgive me for being a little bit chaotic. It's my signature move, I think. It's a way of life. There we go. It's this one here. Now that is gonna be select all. Is it? It's not. Super easy. Just never even worried. I am worried about is this mine though? So? Oh no. It is. Because otherwise it doesn't make sense. There. Now we place this one on top. So, and mustache. Tongue. What else do we have? Ear. This was extra hair. Extra hair. This is his head. This one can join the rest here. We're going to need to grab your hands and it over. Shut up. No. I forgot those. Then we put hands and the ear. It's going well there. And the button. I'm gonna put the button just up. Here is his hair. Done. I'm gonna this one. Right there. Yeah. This is going to have to be cut. Let's take a closer look. Comes out really beautiful. It's almost a waste to cut it out. Now we're almost there. always very short to come up with a plan and make it all work within 1 hour. I always find it a little bit of a challenge to see what I can come up with within 1 hour's time. Oh, there it goes. Look at it. I think it looks kind of pretty. So we can say this one. I'm going to turn this off because I don't need to engrave it anew. I want to have this cut. This needs to be. I need to see what I have actually. This should be fine. So I'm gonna say, okay, 7 minutes, and then we're gonna be done. So let's just get on with it. If I mess it all up, you can laugh at me. Let's go. Press the button again. Now, before I forget to say, in case that nobody saw it, if you would also like to have a really awesome machine, you can currently go to the xTool website and use the code that I have there. And then you will get extra £20 on top of the offers that are currently available. So if you want to get going, this is a nice way to get into it. Now let's see what is happening to my leprechaun. I see he's getting his beard cut. I hope you guys can see it nicely. I need to make sure that I don't lose all those little pieces. Meanwhile, take a little look at the last time. nice whiskey glass with the shamrock on it. And below that, the nice coaster with the leprechaun that is guarding the whiskey, its own gold. Now cutting out the second part. So this one I'm gonna be continuing on, I think on Saturday. Or maybe tomorrow, depends on how fast I can get this all to work. And if I can convince my partner to make cookies. Now doing the very last parts. There we go. Zoom out a little bit. Hope that I won't lose any pieces. Wait until all the fumes are out. And there we go. Now it left a very fragile frame around it. It's actually kind of cute. So the idea is that this goes on here. Let it go. Little parts. not sure if you guys can hear me very well from this far. Mustache. Maybe I need to partially engrave the other thing as well. It's like a little puzzle game. I still lost a few pieces. They went down under. These parts. So, these are very brittle. I might choose to still engrave that on the part that is below here. I lost his ear. Oh, I'm gonna place it on here so you guys can see it. The result is so far. Can't move it too much. A triple layered leprechaun. So, well, I think I'm gonna have to call it there because time runs thin, and let me quickly show this. And there, I'm back. So I think I want to still engrave the jacket on top of the middle layer. So that one has a little bit more depth play. I think it went really nice. It's a little bit of puzzling. What will you do where? I'm gonna work a little bit further on it, and when the result is done, I will make it available so you guys can make it too. I intend to make it like a little display, so it can be placed on a plate. So you can offer cookies together with a nice leprechaun. So for all that, I want to thank you for today. I'll be back here tomorrow and on Saturday for some more St. Patrick's Day crafts. So thank you for today and see you next time. Bye bye.